Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. So I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became in love with this lace right here. Okay, wonderful people. This is my very first wig review, and I'm doing this for this lovely unit that I'm wearing. It's called Danity, and I must say I feel like a Danity in this. So I'm going to talk about some hacks that I used and the different ways I styled my unit. So stay tuned. Alright, so let's just jump right in there, okay? Don't talk about me. You all look like this when it comes off. So, the one thing I did not like when I was doing the review for this unit, by the way, this is called Danity, once again. Oh, Danity. Oh, Danity. Danity is from hairsisters.com. It cost me about $23. The thing I did not like about ordering from Hair Sisters is it took a little long for me to get the unit, which I was kind of irritated by that, but I won't fault them for that this time. So, the one thing I would like to know, which I'm sure other people like to know, is how long is Danity? And that's the one thing that I did not find on anybody else's wig review. Tell me how long it is, because if you're a tall person, you want to know how long it is because you don't want something to come up to your neck. And if you're a short person like me, you also don't want it to come down to your calves. So, I got my tape measure here. Let's work this out. Let's see. I'm going, and I'm still, my goodness. I'm going to measure this with the curls just laying the way that they are. I'm not going to extend the hair. And I am at, which is a pretty decent length, I would say, 25 inches. Whoa, girl. That's pretty good for something that is synthetic, if I didn't mention that. Now, let's measure it extended, because you can use heat on Danity, even though it is synthetic. So if you want to straighten it, let's see exactly how many inches you might get. Wow. That's a lot. Press my tape measure here. Let me see. Wow. Girl, that's a lot of weave. That is a whopping 27 inches. So, Hair Sisters, you definitely did your thing when it comes to the length. Now let's jump right into styling and my weird things that I did to it to make it look this way. I'm all about taking shortcuts at times when you have to. Hey, sometimes you have to move fast. So, let me show you what it looks like. I have two combs here, which I don't use. And I have a comb in the back with this wonderful tag that I'm going to cut. And I don't use this comb. I do use the drawstrings. Now, I have a small head, even though it may look big. Don't talk about me. But, because my head is small, I did have to take the drawstrings here and move them over as far as I could, almost crisscrossing them, but then it creates like a gap in the back, which isn't cool, but I have a tiny head, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Now, let's put her on. Okay. Miss Danity is feeling darn good on me right now. I am liking this. So you already know the length, excuse me. I don't know why I said length, that's terrible. You already know the length. 25. That's really, 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 really good for this. Let's pull it around to the back here. Can you see that? I'm not a tall person, so that works for me. Now, since I have it on, let's go ahead and go with the density of the hair. And remember, whenever you brush your unit, don't brush from way up here and then pull it down. That's not cute, and you might pull it off if you don't have it secured on your head. So, let's talk about density. This is the one trick that I think a lot of people should use whenever they're doing their wig reviews as well. How thick is it? Because a lot of people do this. Oh, look at it. Look at how this is a lot of hair for the price. Okay, girl, what does that mean? That's a lot of hair. Is it thick? Is it thin? So, I'm going to show you this. Most people have this in their home, a regular old pill bottle. So, take your fingers. All right, I don't have huge hands. They're big enough. But put your finger around a pill bottle. If you like your hair a little thin, squeeze the pill bottle a little bit. Not too much. Loosen up a little bit. If you like hair a little bit thicker, go to like that little line right there on your thumb. That's kind of like how I like my hair to be whenever it comes to density. Like somewhere in between that and right here. The halfway part of my finger. So, this is what we're working with. So, let's see. I'm gonna grab the hair. Can you see that? I hope so. I'm not squeezing it. I'm going to wrap my finger around here. I'm just going to extend. And here we are. So now I'm going to take my pill bottle. And I'm going to stick that in there. That's pretty good. So, let's measure this. That is about 4.5 inches when it comes to density. Let me explain. That is a very good thickness of your unit. If you like thin hair, by all means, that's up to you. But if you want it to look a little bit natural and for it to last a little longer, for you to be able to tweak it, twerk it, cut it a little bit, and it not look like you totally ruined it, because sometimes we can do that, right? I think measuring the hair is a good thing. If you don't have a pill bottle, that's fine. Put your hand together, extend your thumb. Here, here, here. That might be a bit much. You know, if you got this after you do this to your hair, you might want to send that unit back, if you know what I mean. Now, on to styling this unit. I did try plucking, but I found myself, you know, doing this. Girl. Who has that type of time? Saw a young lady actually rip the lace out. I don't know about doing that either, but you gotta do what you gotta do. If you can pluck and tweeze just a little bit to make your part look a little bit more natural, then go ahead and do that. But whenever we do part our own natural hair, it's not this tiny, you know, little, just make it look realistic to your liking is what I'm trying to say. So this is about as far as I did mine. I got it positioned on there. I also use this. I've seen a few people with those straps that go around your perimeter to protect your edges and to keep your frontal from falling off your unit. And I thought, well, I'm not going to go spend $20 on a piece of cloth. No. So what I did is I made one. I used a trainer for this, and I cut a piece off. It's not exactly straight, but you know, and I put that around my edges, bobby pin it in, and I lay my unit on top of that, and then it doesn't move. Now my scalp moves, my skin might move a little bit, but that's okay. But my unit isn't coming off. So brush around a little bit. Be easy whenever you brush it. This brush cost me $1 from Dollar Tree, and it works just fine. Let me say that. I didn't need to spend $15.99. Okay, so some products that I do use. Got2be Glued. If you don't have this hairspray, go get the strongest hairspray from the dollar store, CVS, Walmart. that you can find, because this can sometimes be a little expensive, but it is worth it. But if you don't have the funds, the coins to do this, get the next best thing. I also use the sparkling glue. I didn't know it was going to sparkle when I got it, so you know, that just goes with my personality though, because I do dazzle. Anyways, I take these two together, and I also use a little bit of my Eco Styling Gel every once in a while, just because I like my edges to move freely before I use the holding spray. So, dab it on in there. Please use a clean toothbrush, ladies, not the one that we have sitting in the bathroom or in the deep way down parts of our makeup bin, and it looks like you used it to rub charcoal. So, now, looking good so far. I am going to use just a little bit of this and just a little bit of this. I'm going to start off with this, the Got2be Glued Sparkling Styling Gel. And I don't use a whole lot, as you can see, because it's pretty thick and it can get pretty tacky, almost like hair glue. And that can rip your edges out, which is why I use my little band on my scalp. So what I do is, instead of laying it directly on my hair, I put it on the lace. Now that we got it down pretty secure. Oh, look at that. Messed up an edge. That's how you know this is a real tutorial, okay? Because we're women, make mistakes. We do. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. So, now that I got her laid down, she's looking good, I am going to take what's called brow this way. Looks a mess, right? And I add some of my corrective cover-up cream inside. I don't really think it matters what product you use. Right now I am using Femme Couture CC, and it works pretty good for me. It hydrates my skin. It does clog my pores just a little bit, makes me sweat. That's why I'm so shiny now. But it is a really good product to use. So I put some of that in here. I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to put just a little bit on my part. You got to have a little bit of a steady hand to do this, because it's not that easy. Okay, now what I do, because I like the little curve to be in the front of my head, I make sure, I'm going to stuck that in my mouth. That's not cute, huh? I make sure that my part is there where I want it to be. And then I add the makeup. And I curve it. See what I'm saying? I curve it just a little bit. Then, with my brow this way, I add the powder, not the sticky part, but the powder, and I go over it. Because I don't want it to be extremely bright, because then that just, like I said, that looks kind of weird. And you want your part to match your actual scalp. And this is the thing. A lot of us will get the corrective cream or the contour cream or whatever it is, and we'll make it way too light. The problem with that is our scalp is a lighter color than our face. So you got to kind of be careful with that. Mix some colors together. Do what you got to do. Now, the thing I like about doing it this way, the thing I like about this is I am going to blend it a little bit more. And what I'm doing is I'm widening the part just a little bit, but it also makes it look more natural. Make sure she's on there, she's glued down, and voila. And there you go. I am styled and I look good. I got my inches in and I'm beautiful. I am beautiful without the hair too. It's important for you ladies to know that. So, like, subscribe, share, please. Any comments, put them down below. Anything you would like to see me try on this Danity unit, I will try my best to do it as long as it doesn't mess up the hair that I actually have. Because if you might be too afraid to try to do different things to your unit if you're a first-time buyer, there are certain things that you just shouldn't do because you will ruin it. So, until next time, ladies. So, until next time, butterflies. Have a good day. God bless. See you soon.